So pay it forward, how did it all start at Thomsons? Well, a few years ago we were thinking about what we were doing from a charitable point of view, CSR and all that, and we realised we didn't have anything organised. It was all pretty willy-nilly, people doing charitable things when they wanted to. So we wanted to have a key focus for CSR. And then along came our staff conference, and our guest speaker that year in particular was a guy called Frank Dick, who was a GB sports coach. He helped us identify what we were going to do because he talked about a concept called Pay It Forward. And that came from the Kevin Spacey film of the same name. And in that film, what people do is, rather than waiting for something to go wrong in their lives when they need help and they need charity, you actually get your charity debt in early. You do something before you're asked to do it, and you pay it forward. So you're effectively banking your charitable credit. That's what Pay It Forward's all about. Thomsons is full of people that care about what they do in their lives, both inside work and outside work. And in order to give those people direction, rather than just say, yes, off you go and do some form of charitable work, go and do a marathon or something like that, it's really important they have a focus. And Pay It Forward provides that focus. It's an organisation which, within the business, people understand exactly what it is. It has any email address, and it's great to see regularly emails coming in saying, I'm doing this, will Pay It Forward help us? I want to go and look at that, can you help us organise it? And that's what Pay It Forward is all about, and that's why it's important to Thomsons people.
The Thomsons Pay It Forward scheme works in two ways. Firstly, there's a Pay It Forward day, which staff can use to actually go and actively work for the charities. There's also a matched contribution scheme. The Pay It Forward day that I used this year was actually to do work for a charity called HCPT, and I used my time to actually go away and look after sick and disabled children on holiday. The other way it works is by a matched contribution. The matched contribution is up to £500 per year, and you can use that towards any fundraising activity that you undertake. Some of our staff have done fun runs, some have climbed Kilimanjaro, some have cycled from Cardiff to London, and the Pay It Forward scheme has helped increase their fundraising activity. The Thomsons Pay It Forward scheme is a really great way of helping Thomsons people support the charities and good causes which are close to their hearts outside of work.
For the last 3 years, I've cycled from my home in Leicestershire to Brancaster Staithe, which is just over 103 miles in a day, to help raise money for the Teenage Cancer Trust. Why? Because one of my teammates at my rugby club daughter was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago, and we saw through the support of the Teenage Cancer Trust how important the charity is to both the family and the child. We wanted to raise some money and came up with the idea of the bike ride. In order to enter it, each team has to raise over £2,000, which is where the support that the Pay It Forward team provide for us is invaluable. And in fact, we've come to rely on the £500 to help us reach our target each year. On behalf of the Teenage Cancer Trust, I'd just like to say thank you very much to the Pay It Forward team, and I'll see you all next year.
I run the tuck shop here at Thomsons. It's run by Thomsons people for Thomsons people. All the profit raised goes to a charity that the Thomsons people have decided they want to support. In this case, it's The Passage, which is a charity that helps homeless people in Victoria.
I took part in the London to Brighton Challenge, which was a gruelling 100-kilometre walk from Richmond in Greater London down to Brighton Racecourse. I did it in aid of the Berkshire MS Therapy Centre, and with the help of Pay It Forward managed to raise almost £3,000 that they're going to use towards physiotherapy consultations.
At Thomsons, our employees undertake charity initiatives every single year, whether it's a personal charity of their choice or supporting the Thomsons charities, The Passage or the Great Ormond Street Hospital. Thomsons wanted to recognise these fantastic efforts, and this is how the idea of the generosity tree was planted. Employees undertake their chosen charitable tasks, and once they reach their target, Thomsons very generously match up to £500 per employee per year. Each employee, once they've reached their target, will be given a pink generosity tree leaf, which will be placed on the tree behind me. It's simple, really. Over the years, we hope to see this tree grow and flourish before our eyes to represent the great charitable work that Thomsons employees do. In essence, this is what Pay It Forward is all about, and Thomsons are happy to support our employees in making a difference to someone else's life.
When we started looking for a company charity here at Thomsons, it was important that the charity selected would firstly be local and secondly would offer Thomsons people a range of opportunities to volunteer and raise funds. As our head office is based here in London in Victoria, the thing that really made the Passage stand out was the statistic that in 2009, out of 3,400 homeless people in London, over 1,600 were in fact based here in Victoria. As we learnt more about the work that the Passage does, it really became a natural choice for us.
The mission of the Passage is to provide the resources to encourage, inspire and challenge homeless people to transform their lives. The way that they do that is by providing a number of different services, from meeting basic human needs, such as providing clean clothing, washing facilities, food, water, etc., to actually providing the real value-add things, such as education and training, that will ultimately help them get into employment and a job. One of the core ways that we help the Passage is on a monthly basis, we'll provide volunteers to go down to Victoria train station and help collect for the Passage, and typically we raise anywhere between about £2,000 and £4,000 a month by doing this.
Since launch, we've had cake sales, sporting achievements such as marathons, bike rides, clothes collections. The really fantastic thing is nearly every week you see emails from Thomsons people wanting to do their bit to raise funds, which I think really shows that the Passage, through Pay It Forward, has become a real part of Thomsons culture.